In every vocation, there is a story of answering God's call, a life of service and love for Mama Mary. Let us meet the priests and bishops whose lives and vocation are guided by their devotion to Mama Mary.
Welcome sa Mama's Boys. Ngayong araw, makakasama natin ng isang pastol ng simbahan na hinubog ng misyon, disiplina at tahimik na paglilingkod. Isang obispo na naglakbay mula sa Mindanao hanggang Roma, mula sa buhay misyonero hanggang sa pagiging ikalawang obispo ng Diocese of Cubao. Samahan ninyo ako habang ikinukwento ni Bishop Eli Ayuban ang kanyang bukasyon, kung paano ang pananampalatayang itinanim sa kabataan ay naging gabay sa kanyang paglalakbay bilang pari, guro ng canon law, at pastol ng Bayan ng Diyos sa Cubao. Ako po, si Romar Chuka, at ito ang Mama's Boys. Today, we get to know si Bishop Elias sa Diocese ng Cubao. Alam niyo po ba yung kantang yun, Bishop?
Sorry.
Hindi niyo po alam yung Ale, nasa langit na ba?
Okay.
Iyon po. Medyo sikat po yun sa mga kabataan ngayon, kaya may i-request ako sa inyo mamaya after our interview po eh. Pero magandang araw po, Bishop Elias. Bati po kayo sa ating millions and millions of viewers.
Good morning, Romar. Millions talaga.
Hopefully, cross figures po.
I greet everyone a blessed day sa lahat ng nanonood at nakikinig sa atin.
Yes po, kasi we also bring this out as a podcast din po sa Spotify at sa lahat-lahat din po. Magandang araw po, Bishop Elias. Salamat po na nandito po tayo ngayon sa Immaculate Conception Cathedral area po. Nakitang-kita po sa ating background. Po. It's a very beautiful day. And my first question po para sa inyo, Bishop, how do you like me to address you po pala? Bishop Elias?
Eli for short. More endearing yung word na Eli.
Eli, Bishop Eli. Opo. So, more endearing ang Bishop Eli, kaya tatawagan po kayong Bishop Eli. So, Bishop Eli, ano po ang inyong favorite food?
I'm very careful telling my favorite food.
Really? Okay.
I learned from experience na pag sinasabi mo ay madalas yun ang hinahanda.
Talaga
But I
po.
prefer vegetables. Kung vegetables ay langka at puso ng saging.
Langka at puso ng saging. Sige, ganito na lang po, Bishop, no? Parang ano na lang po yung favorite 8-course meal ninyo. Para yun yung iserve pag mga ano po. Hindi, pero puso ng saging at langka.
Na may gata.
Na may gata. Ano kayong timpla yun? Anong ginataan po ba?
Ginataan, that's correct.
Ginataan. Pero let me ask lang po, Bishop, from where po kayo? Ano po ang roots ninyo?
Okay. I identify myself as a Boholano. My parents are from Bohol, both of them. Doon na ako isinilang sa Cotabato dahil doon nag-work si tatay at the time. But very scarce memories dahil at the age of 5, we went back to Bohol for good. So doon na ako isinilang at nung ako'y 5-year-old, bumalik na kami sa Bohol.
So, katong 5 years old ka, nibalhin na mo dito sa Bohol.
For good.
For good na mo dito. And then dito na ka nag-study, Bishop?
Dito na, elementary, high school.
Elementary and high school. Kamusta po ang inyong elementary and high school? By the way, I know how to speak Bisaya. Pero yun. So, pero kamusta po ang inyong elementary high school? Was it already in Catholic school?
Sa elementary, it was a public school. Sa high school, it was run by Holy Spirit Sisters. Pero ang school ay pag-umayari ng diocese. So that several years ago, tinurn over na ng mga Holy Spirit Sisters sa diocese yung administration ng school. The name is Holy Trinity Academy. Because the parish is also Holy Trinity Parish.
What were your parang fond memories when you were growing up po? May mga kunwari, may mga favorite games po ba kayo na nilalaro? Pag kunwari, mga kalaro yung mga kalaro nyo po, Bishop?
By nature, I'm very sports-minded.
Ah,
so
really?
I play basketball even up to this time. At the time also softball. But you know, growing up in a poor family, most of the time during weekends, I nagtatrabaho means to look for firewoods. Kasi yung mother ko ay nagbe-bake ng rice cake.
Ah, really?
That was our source of living.
Unsa man ni nga rice cake?
Rice
Bishop?
cake, ito yung bibingka in the context of Bohol na made of rice. Of course, rice. Made of rice. Pero very complex yung pag-bake yan Kasi sa taas may apoy, sa baba may apoy. At it's very gradual. Saka isa-isa mong ibibake itong rice cake, hindi katulad ngayon na meron ng
Parang pan.
paramihan na,
Opo.
And you have to look for firewoods. Kaya I had to spend almost the whole of Saturday and Sunday to look for firewoods, enough for the whole week. Kasi may pasok nga from Monday through Friday.
Kasi everyday nagluluto yung nanay niya po.
Oo, kasi otherwise, wala kaming makain. No?
Ano yun? Ilan po kayo magkapatid, Bishop?
We were 8 in the family. Panglima ako sa family. And at the time, yung nakakatanda sa akin, we're already here in Manila working. May nag-aral din. And I remember growing up, parang ako yung pinakamatanda sa magkakapatid.
Kasi yung iba nandun po
Nandun na, tapos yung iba ay maliliit.
Yeah.
Pa.
Oo. So, para kayo yung isa sa mga breadwinners.
In that
Hindi
sense,
naman.
pero
Oo.
hindi naman kasi yung aking contribution is only as far as baking rice cake concerned at saka yung mga household chores.
So, eto po, parang Bishop Eli giving tips po sa ano po ang magandang way para magluto ng mula sa iyong memory po itong bibingka po.
You know, you have to choose the right rice na ito ay tutubo kasi may mga rice that are not meant to bake rice cakes.
Opo.
At the night before ay lalagyan to ng tubig para siya ay like
Maka-absorb ng tubig po, parang gano'n.
yeah, at saka yung potential niya to grow so that you can bake more. At gigilingin ito. Isang purpose pala ng tubig ay para siyang malambot para pag ginigiling.
Yeah.
Kasi gagamitin pa ng yung very yung manual na millstone. Just imagine and you don't have to put much water kasi pag lalagyan mo ng maraming tubig, pag bibake mo ay iba yung result ng end product. Tapos ay lalagyan ng libadura.
What's libadura? Sorry.
Libadura is to ferment ang
parang
baking
yeast.
powder. Yes, that's correct. Tapos, early in the morning, we had to start baking. At the time ay...
Bago kayo pumasok, Bishop?
Bago pumasok. But the rest of the time ay sinanay na ang magbe-bake. At halfway, dinadala na niya sa merkado para mag-start ng magbenta.
Paano po nagbebenta si mommy niyo po, Bishop? Parang naglalakok talaga around
Imagine a place where passenger buses pass by and they stop at a certain junction at doon yung mga nagtitinda ng lahat-lahat like
mani,
itlog,
parat, alak.
itlog mo noy orange kasi itlog noy is a endearing word for
noy,
so nakakatanda sa'yo at saka orange no. Pero ito may connotation itlog mo noy orange, so ibig sabihin they are selling egg. Noy is the address to the person and orange. But in Cebuano, meron din sa itong nuance eh.
Meron din sa Mindanao yung yung pugo, 'di ba? Tapos mani, parat, tamis halang. Diba,
Yung combination of words that might be construed differently. Anyway, andoon tapos yung remaining na hindi pa na-bake ay pagtutuloy namin sa mga may bakante during that particular time.
You would help po.
It would help pag nakauwi na sa klase or kaya walang klase at that moment.
Pero kayo po, Bishop, when you were young, nagbebenta din po ba kayo doon sa... Kunwari, yung may extra yung nanay nyo, you'd also sell to your classmates? Yung entrepreneurial ba?
Actually, naging involved ako sa pagtitinda, but hindi sa bibingka, yung mga kapatid kong babae. But I was able to sell ibang mga
Merchandise.
kakanin like itlog at may duhat.
What
at
we do? Duhat?
yung,
Yeah, okay.
ano ba sa English yung
Ano
duhat?
duhat?
Duhat is like cherries pero yung
Apa.
Cebuano version. Kaya yung
Duhat.
during my ordination si nanay nandito at hindi mo siya nakatikim ng cherries. Akala niya duhat. Sabi niya, ang sarap ng duhat dito sa Manila.
Lami ang duhat di diri sa Manila.
At saka yung shell, yung mga clams na binibinta namin.
Tahong, hindi naman.
Hindi naman, yung tuway sa Cebuano na
Yeah.
nakukuha sa mga
Freshwater.
freshwater diyan sa mga palms, yung nipa palms. Yung bibingka ay identified sa mga babae. Just imagine,
Yeah,
merong nigo, no?
Okay.
Nigo is the winnowing farm bang tawag yun. So, and then they would even run after the buses pag nag-start ng hihinto para sila ay
Makasakay din.
kasakay din. Imagine nung araw yung mga buses na open lahat yung isang side.
Yeah, oo.
Na-imagine niyo, open lahat. So, they move from one entrance to another at I still remember na pag nag-start ng tatakbo yung bus at hindi pa nasuklian, they still on the bus pero tumatalon sila, no? Lalo na delikado, but they know how to control themselves. So it's a very difficult way to earn money, but at that time there were no other possible
Options or means.
By the way, my father was also working as a woodcutter, yung two-man saw.
Opo.
Imagine that one, like wala pang chainsaw at the time, or kung meron man, hindi pa affordable. Pero hindi yun regular so that my mother would augment the little income of my father by selling rice cakes. Just imagine, mga 20 pesos lang yung earning every day ng
20 pesos.
ng bibingka. But 20 then was...
inflation na po eh. So talagang iba na yung value din po eh.
Yung rice at the time, I remember, ang kilo ay 250 something. In answer to the question kung ako ba ay nagtitinda ng bibingka sa classmates, hindi. In fact, natutuwa kami pag hindi nabinta lahat.
Kasi may kakainin.
Nakakain kami,
may bring home, may pwedeng kainin at lahat.
Kasi while baking, kakain mo lang yung hilibis ang tawag namin pag...
The extra.
Extra sa gilid, alam mo yun. At saka yung last na hindi na siya makakomplete ng isang bibingka.
Para bang yung similar yan, Bishop, di ba sa minsan may mga madre na nagbebenta yung they make yung mga ostya. Tapos nilalagyan ng asukal.
That's correct.
Marami nun sa Malay-Balay minsan, binibenta din po So, that's your childhood po, Bishop. Pero yung sa inyong education, ever since nag-public school kayo, until when po, Bishop?
Elementary yung public school because at the time there was no other choice. Public school lang yung meron sa aming place.
Yeah.
Sa high school, doon ako nakapag-aral sa isang Catholic private school.
Saan naman po yun?
The same place. Magkatabi lang sila. But the tuition fee then was affordable at I was able to avail myself of the scholarship granted by COCOFED. Meron COCOFED. Wala naman kami mga niyog, pero si tatay kasi ay naglilinis doon sa niyoga ng officer ng COCOFED, kaya nasama ako. I remember 100 per month
Ang scholar, ang tuition,
Ay,
ang
tuition.
allowance.
At madalas ay nalilate pa kaya you have to make a
Abono. Promissory note.
Promissory note. Kaya very promising ako nung araw eh. Kasi I used to promise a lot.
Very promising because you used a lot of promissory notes. Gusto ko eh. You have the humor. Pero when you were in your high school po, masasabi niyo na po ba, Bishop Eli, na there was already the stirrings of the heart for you to become a priest?
Early on, nakikita ko na sa pari na I like this kind of vocation. No? But at the time, I didn't have any idea of the distinction between diocesan life and the missionary calling. Kasi wala namang mga missionary priest sa lugar namin. In fact, sa buong Bohol, meron lang tayong mga SVDs at saka ngayon may bagong established Society of Apostolic Life na patron. But in our town, wala namang mga missionaries. So, SSPS lang ay connected sa SVDs dahil they have the same founder. So, na-attract ako doon sa buhay ng pare, like the way how he preaches, how he serves.
Sa mga diocesan po.
Diocesan po.
Pero Diocese of Tagbilaran po?
Tagbilaran. So, doon nag-start yung parang attraction, inclination to this kind of life. But dahil maraming ang trabaho sa bahay, I didn't have the opportunity to serve as an altar server. Unlike my friends na nagkikwento sila na umiinom ng mompo or kumakain ng ostia na hindi pa consecrated.
Mga pasaway din ba yun ng mga altar server?
May part siguro of growing yun.
Yeah. Pero yung pagiging religious niyo po, may roots po yan, Bishop, sa inyong family?
You mean religious,
Yung pagiging madasalin, opo. Like your parents, did they teach you yung ganito po?
You know, heroes are born where heroes are honored. So, nakikita kayong Bohol is a very fertile ground to promote vocations. Kaya marami siguro kayong nakilalang mga pari o mga madre whose roots are from Bohol, no? Sabi nga ni Bishop Abby, 3 klase lang daw ang tao sa Pilipinas. Taga-Bohol, relatives ng taga-Bohol, or friends ng mga taga-Bohol.
Actually, true. Totoo po.
Anyway, so maraming vocations coming from Bohol and it's not very surprising na ako ay naging missionary priest dahil alas 6 ng hapon kami nagdadasal na ng rosary as a family. Maraming mga novenas, maraming prayers sa chapel. Pag 6 o'clock din, humihinto yung mga tao habang naglalakad dahil merong angelus. And even up to now, pag napunta kayo sa Tagbilaran, sa mga department stores, pag 3 o'clock, merong 3 o'clock habit tayo humihinto lahat. Yung mga tricycle doon, you will be surprised to observe na sa likod ay may mga biblical quotations or inspirational text sa likod ng mga tricycle. Kasi hindi bibigyan ng franchise sa Tagbilaran pag wala kang ganito.
Pag wala kang biblical quote sa
Part
likod?
kasi ng city
Ordinance po yan? Wow!
Unlike dito na mayroong katas ng Saudi or drivers with lovers sa Bohol.
God knows who does not pay.
Yeah. Doon mama-amaze ka na, wow. So it promotes this kind of
It does not only promote vacations, it promotes vocations.
That's right.
So Tagbilaran po mismo kayo when you were growing up po?
Luway is like a 15 to 20 minute drive from Tagbilaran. Bohol is small. May 2 dioceses but we belong to the diocese of Tagbilaran. Pero at the time, siguro I remember sa high school, once or twice lang ako nakapuntang Tagbilaran.
Opo. Pero so high school, yun po yung private school, etc. Pero kailan po nyo naramdaman na, okay, I think I'm being called to,
Yung mindfulness o yung awareness that you are called, maybe hindi pa very clear. Yun lang attraction to that kind of life, but it was like purified to the course of your formative years. Basta alam ko lang na noong high school, gusto kong maglingkod bilang isang...
So, hindi na po kayo nag-girlfriend nung time na
Pwede ba mga ito, hindi nasagutin?
Okay, sige.
Hindi. That's correct. Wala na akong girlfriend noong high school. Meron lang attraction.
Mga crush, mga gano'n.
Crush, or mutual...
Mutual understanding. Ano po yung nag-pen pal?
Meron also yung sulat-sulat doon sa kasi magagather ka ng stamp. And then,
At least yun, na-experience din naman po.
Yeah, very normal. I was into into some offices of leadership, naging ng chairman ng student council. Kaso lang limited yung time for lakwatsa dahil sa trabaho sa bahay.
Pero yun, ang saya na, yun nga, parang minsan we'd like to see this face of bishops din na yun, di ba tao din naman po nakakatuwa kasi yun nga, nag-pen pal din pala kayo at lahat-lahat. Pero may mga fandoms, kasi di ba ngayon po, Bishop, meron yung mga BTS, yung mga panahon niyo po ba Beatles, parang gano'n? Or yung parang pop culture, Sharon Cuneta ba? Yung mga gano'n.
Malaala ko lang yung bagets siguro, no? At saka yung mga bagets, yung time na Aga Mula.
Aga Mula po.
Parang nasa high school ako doon.
Maraming salamat po, Bishop Eli Ayuban, sa pagbabahagi ng inyong kwento ng bukasyon, misyon at paglilingkod sa simbahan. At sa ating mga manonood, tandaan, ang bukasyon ay hindi palaging malakas ang tinig. Minsan ito'y tahimik na oo na inuulit araw-araw. Ito po, si Romar Chuka at ito ang Mama's Boys.
At nag-apply ako sa ilang mga congregations, and one of them was the Claretian congregation. I just got attracted dahil na-impress ako doon sa vocation promoter, magaling siya magsalita, at pinamerienda kami after.
Ano po ba yung spirituality ng isang Claretiano po, Bishop?
Our congregation was founded by St. Anthony Mary Claret. Ang kanyang charism is broader than spirituality. He considered himself as servant of the word. Kaya kami mga missionaries, we are missionary servants of the word. Ang first assignment ko is going back to the place where I was assigned as a pastoralist. Doon pa rin sa Zamboanga, Sibugay.
Talaga? Nakailang years din po doon?
1 year lang yung pastoral year, pero yung first missionary assignment ko as a newly ordained priest lasted for 4 years.
Wow.
That was my baptism of fire dahil napaka-remote ng area at nagtayo ng bagong parokya. I mean, yung mother, na-ordin ako 1996, then na-assign ka agad doon. Then,
so until
2000, I was sent to Rome.
You were sent to Rome. For what naman po ito, Bishop?
For further studies. Nag-aaral ng canon law. Before my ordination, sinabihan ako na you will be going to Rome for further studies. But nakakatulong pag meron ka ng pastoral experience before doing some licentiate or doctorate.